God, this is terrible.
Bitch. Welcome to the party, pal. Your friend neighborhood master chaos here. Sorry, you got me in the middle of enjoying this delicious boba drink. So I apologize and try not to be too obnoxious about it. Welcome to episode 37, I believe. 37? I think it's 37. Anyway, we're deep in the Voyage, and this is the start of season 5. Things were a little different. There's been lots of big shakeups in the crew, but as always, I am here, and my co-captain is here as well. Since day one, since the first voyage, you know him, you love him. He has alcohol in the title. Mr. Bullet Blake, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm just, just chilling. I watched both these movies today, so.
Nice. I also watched them at the same time, but a couple days ago, which is kind of nice. I think they kind of work well together in a weird way. We will be joined by Lady Shasha a little later. She's running behind. Hopefully she's okay. Either she has forgotten or she has internet issues. I'm not sure what's going on. But either way, welcome to the party. Today is our Halloween special. We have two films to discuss that I think one is definitely more Halloween-y than the other, but we'll get into the details when we get into the details. We were supposed to be joined by Aaron, but he is unavailable. I'll have him speak for himself. As a matter of fact, let's play that video now. Before that, though, I should tell you what the movies are, if you don't know. Obviously, if you've seen the thumbnail, then you are, I guess, have some awareness of the movies that we'll be talking about. So let me add this to the stage. First up, we have The Dog Who Saved Halloween from 2011. Of course, the Christmas classic. This is the third in the Dog Who Saved series of films. There's 6 of them. And don't worry, Blake, we will watch them all, okay? We're gonna watch them, man. Calm down.
Bro.
I know you're excited, dude. And try not to watch them before the show, okay? We'll go into detail on these movies in a minute. But just giving you an overview of what we're dealing with. Then we have The Town Without Halloween, recent movie from 2024. It doesn't even look like it's recent. Shot on video. Looks like this could have been made in the 90s, but maybe that was the intention. Both of these movies are free on Tubi, by the way, if you want to check them out. Since Aaron isn't here, I'm going to let him speak first. He sent us a little video, and this will hopefully give Lady Shasha a chance to join us. Let me grab the media asset. There we go. Okay, no, that's too far. 1 second. Things are moving slow on my end, so I apologize if things are looking a little. Hopefully they're not choppy on your end. I've been running choppy for a while. I don't know why that is. It's fine until I go live, and then everything slows down. Okie dokie. And this is the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Pin. And let me know if you can hear it, Blake, because I was testing it. It sounded like it went through, but if there's a problem, let me know.
Look what these films have done to me. Hi, sorry I can't be there, but I'm at an area, well, I'm going to be in an area where internet is kind of touch and go. So I do apologize for not being there tonight, especially having to sit through both of these films. Now, I will say they're not as bad as usual Voyage to the Bottom films that we have. So you did kind of let us off a bit easier this time. I'll start with The Dog Who Saved Halloween first, because I like to start with the lesser film first. And this surprised me because I really expected out of the two films, because this was not really a franchise. It sort of is. There's a bunch of Dog Who Saved films. And I've seen a few of them. I hadn't seen this one before, which is kind of weird because I love Halloween stuff. Unfortunately, this is the worst Dog Who Saved film I've ever seen. Mostly because it is for a large portion of it, not very Halloweeny, gives horrible messages, and it's just overall not a very good film, which is a shame because there are some decent actors in The Dog Who Saved Halloween. It was also Dean Cain, and I know his latest job, he's wearing a mask, so I can kind of see why after making a film like this. In all honesty, though, this one really, I forgot about it right after I watched it, and I'll be bluntly honest, I didn't watch it that long ago, and I still have very little that I can say about it. Now, The Town That Saved Halloween was a pleasant surprise. It moved a bit slower, but you had Sonny Burnett was in it, Kayla Perkins was in it. I like the cast in this one overall better, and these seemed to be, it did move still at a slower pace than I would have wanted, but it did go it was decent. It was decent. You know, it's a lower budgeted film, with kind of some lower budgeted actors in there, but overall I thought this was definitely a better film for the Halloween time. I'm kind of curious. I'll be trying to watch along if possible on my phone if I can. If I can't, I'll watch it afterwards. So I guess that's my overall first statement. So ratings. So for The Dog Who Saved Halloween,
maybe we'll let me pause it there, and then actually no, I can't pause it there. Oh god damn it! You know what? I'll come back to it. We finally have Lady Shasha in the chat. Here we go. Let me bring her in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, are you all right? What happened?
Oh yeah. We have a little bit of a tropical depression, so I had to just wait for the internet to kind of fix itself a little bit. You might hear a little bit of thunder and lightning in the background.
Same.
All right, good, no problem. I'm hoping you're okay.
Oh yeah, we're fine. I mean, it's Florida. It happens.
Got it. Blockbuster says my mic is quiet. It shouldn't be quiet. I haven't really messed with it, but I'll try to talk a little louder. Maybe that'll fix it. Hopefully that's the case. Anyway, Aaron is out, but the three of us are here. It's the Halloween special. Before we get into the movies, let's discuss Halloween in general. For me, it's always been a special time. Even before I was a dad, I knew that when I became a dad, it was going to become this magical time where I could pass on these beautiful, creepy rites of passages to my kids, and they've accepted them and they love them so much, and I think they love Halloween just as much as I do. I have beautiful memories of trick-or-treating late into the night and staying up all night eating candy and watching movies, and that's something that's stayed with me forever. And I think that's almost the spirit I always try to capture when I watch a movie, is putting myself in that mindset of me being in the state of mind of a Halloween movie viewing experience, and I crave that. I crave that experience more than anything, and I think that's why I love scary movies so much, because there's something cozy about that environment. And Halloween's always felt like the time where everybody understands that feeling. You know, there's the normies who don't really watch a horror movie till October, which makes no sense to me. But you know, if you're here, most likely you watch horror movies all the time. So you're definitely in the October country, as I like to say. Blake, what are some of your favorite Halloween memories?
I mean, Halloween parties have always been a thing for me. I love Halloween parties, and I think my favorite memory is actually going to the Salem Corn Maze. This was years ago now, and I went with a group of friends, and one of them has passed away since then, so I think about that one all the time. It shows up on Facebook memories all the time of the picture from them. So that's probably the one I think about the most as far as like deep in the past. Trick-or-treating and stuff, I did that. Obviously, I did that like crazy in my neighborhoods. It was like full of king-size candy bars and all that. So I always loved trick or treating, but now it's become just like the motorcycle club I'm in. We throw a Halloween party every single year, and it's like a big thing, and it's a good time. So I look forward to it every year.
Amazing. Lady Shasha, I'm sure you have some incredible costume memories from Halloween.
Oh yeah, I remember one time winning a costume contest in school, but not for the costume I was wearing. I was dressed up as Marie Antoinette, and they announced my name over the loudspeaker, winning as Little Bo Peep. And I was like, I'm not Little Bo Peep. I'm Marie Antoinette. But okay, I'll take the award anyway.
Take the win. Take the win.
That's pretty funny. Like, oh, Little Bo Peep, that's the part when she was set on fire. Yeah, I remember that part. It's funny because the Little Bo Peep situation, that happens in The Dog Who Saved Halloween.
Yes.
Which that was so weird. The wife is clearly Dorothy, and everyone says Little Bo Peep. I thought that was so odd. That's great. Well, I mean, if you love Halloween, then you're definitely in the right place, and this is the right time. I'm going to check in with the chat very briefly, and then we'll plunge into the movies. Anybody in the chat who's seen the movies, you can vote on which one you'd like us to start with, and we will take that into account. Let's see, did this go through? All right. In the chat, Film Phantom says these movies were definitely worthy. They were indeed. But I think I think I stayed true to my promise that I would go easy on you guys. At least I tried my very best to do that. Because last season I went hard, and I said I'll pull back this season so that you guys can up the stakes when it comes to cinema atrocities. Not that they're not out there and I have them waiting in the wings, but for now I'm pulling back this season, and we're just gonna have some fun. Professor Cinema, who has left the Voyage for greener pastures, says, you know what, I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm so happy that I didn't have to watch these, so I didn't. Well, you know what, your life is poorer because of it, because these were classic Halloween films. And, I'm sure Blake will show them to you, because I know they're going to be perennial favorites for him. Anything with dogs, right, Blake?
No.
So you're telling us you didn't watch Good Boy?
I do want to see that.
I like that one. It's a story for another time, but I thought that was a really interesting film. Jammin' Man, hey buddy, enjoyed the last Ghost Hunting video you did with OGP and Wet Movie 1. Thank you. Go check that out on their channels, OGP and Wet Movie 1. We did a ghost hunt. There's a very famous haunted house near me, and actually next week we're putting on a charity haunted house in that area. So I may or may not be vlogging it if I'm allowed to, but I will definitely be busy next week dealing with all that. Anyway, all right. All that out of the way, let's get to the reviews. We've got two Halloween-ish movies on the table. Where would you like to start? Blake, where would you like to start?
Honestly, it don't matter. It don't matter. We can do either one. To be honest, they're both trash. So
okay, Lady Shasha, do you have a preference?
I would start with The Dog That Saved Halloween.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We can do that. Let me bring that one up. The Dog Who Saved Halloween. I love this. First of all, Real Rambo, welcome to the show. I love the username. He says, I assume it's a he. What the hell with the dog movies on this show?
At least this one's not like fucking sex shit.
Yeah.
No, these were, at least nobody slept with these, with The Dog Who Saved Halloween.
Yeah, Tony Man just mentioned another time that I won a costume contest for the wrong costume. I went to a party, I was dressed as Jodie Watley, and I won as Lisa.
Oh, wow.
I have a knack for people not knowing what the hell I am for Halloween.
Man. And that one's kind of like the fact that they would say Lisa, great. I mean, hey, you won. That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Alrighty, gang. Let's do this. The Dog Who Saved Halloween. I'll spare you the trailer. Don't worry. You're not going to watch the trailer. But you can watch it, on Prime Video and Tubi, if you so wish. Brief plot synopsis. A talking dog, annoyingly played by Joey Lawrence. Hold on one second. Encounters a haunted house. A creepy neighbor, surprisingly played by Lance Henriksen. And his scary canine, confusingly played by Mayim Bialik. That's right, Blossom. You may or may not remember Blossom, but boy, she's in it. And I guess everybody needs to pay the bills at some point. So, Lady Shasha, we will start with you because you wanted to start first with this one. So, kick us off.
I thought at first this was, well, it kind of was. It was like a Great Value, The Burbs, but with dogs. Yeah. It's kind of the same story. I've never seen a whole movie shot in a sitcom style with a sitcom camera, and everyone in the neighborhood is always home. You mentioned the actors in this, and I was like, this director must have like really strong relationships because, like you mentioned, Joey Lawrence is in this. I can't say her last name. Bialik is in this.
Yeah.
Bialik. Dean Cain showed up. Of course, he doesn't have much else to do, so I know why he's there. But Curtis Armstrong, who I love in Revenge of the Nerds, that is Booger. Okay, I'm sure he wants to play other things, but to me, he's Booger. Lance Henriksen, like really? Joey Coco Diaz, which you've seen him in like hella movies. He's a that guy. But I was today years old when I realized that Gary Valentine is not Kevin James. I was like 30 minutes into the movie thinking that was Kevin James. And I said, let me look it up because sometimes he looks a little different. And I guess there's a guy named Gary Valentine who looks similar to and has a similar comedic timing as Kevin James.
When it's just as funny.
Yes, I will say that this movie was a lot better than I expected it to be because I put these off. I put these off until 4 p.m. today. I started watching them at 4 o'clock. And I actually can say I don't hate this movie. I think, especially for kids, I think this movie would be great for kids. It's really, I mean, aside from it being a 90-minute sitcom, it's not really that bad.
Okay. Fair enough. Is anything else you'd like to add before we move on?
Oh, I just want to ask, have your children seen this and did they like it?
I watched it with my children, and you'll have to wait to see what happens when I give my opening thoughts. Blake.
Yeah. As someone who had a major fucking crush on Blossom, like it's not even funny
really?
how much I loved Blossom. And I thought Joey was the coolest fucking thing on earth. Yeah, this movie didn't work for me. And I know there's like a whole thing about me not liking kids movies because most of them are just trash. This one was not good. I think on Letterboxd, I literally just wrote, why Lance Henriksen? Why? Like, that's all I have to say. Like, Lance Henriksen is one of my favorite actors of all time. So he kind of made it more bearable. But I just hated it. I hated it. I hate movies with dogs and animals that talk with just a voice. Their mouths don't move. It's like Homeward Bound, but I'm not 7 anymore, so it's not good. Like, I imagine if I was a kid, it would have been fine, but I also think I just would have been bored. Even as a kid, I didn't really care for kids' movies unless they were like the staple, like Disney movies and shit. It's just not ever been my thing. My favorite movie when I was 6 years old, I think, was like Die Hard. So this was not gonna ever win me over. It was better than your movies last season. Better than all of them. Better than all the movies last season. It's still unbearable, and I can't believe I actually fucking watched it in normal speed. I don't know why I watched it on normal speed. I should have sped it up. because it would have just helped it out a lot more. I probably wouldn't have been so fatigued for the next one. But I hated it. I hated it. Dean Cain, what the fuck, Dean Cain? I almost picked a Dean Cain movie for a Voyage episode 2 seasons ago, but oh yeah, not for me. It is. It felt like a sitcom stretched into a movie runtime, and I just hated it. I love dogs. Okay, it's just it wasn't my kind of thing, and I didn't find anything funny. That the comedy was like redundant. They had stupid one-liner quips over and over again for all the pets. Stupid. That's my opening.
Okay, very good. Ben says it was a Blossom reunion. You know, and it honestly did not even. That didn't even click with me that that's what it was until you said it. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, same.
Crap, that's right. Not that that makes it better, but and Bumpy, I agree. Blossom's friend, that's where it was at. I was never on the Blossom train, personally. Not a fan, but
What's her name?
Blake
Six
was.
or something? I think it was Six.
Yeah. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. It's like, well, back then all those sitcom friends had like Cosby Show. There was like Roach, I think. Was that? Yeah, there was like a Roach.
Yep. And then on oh god, what was it with the show with God, what was
Silver
his name?
Spoons had Skippy. Anyway, people in the chat, go ahead and throw out your
It's gonna bug
crazy
me. That's
sitcom names.
Growing Pains. Is somebody his friend in Growing Pains had a weird nickname?
Oh yeah. It was like Butter or something. I don't know. Anyway, yes, the dog who saved Halloween. Let me give you a little backstory on Boner. There we go, Bumpy. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Mom and Dad, this is my friend Hardon.
Yeah, for real.
That's so strange. But anyway, they should have just gone. This is my buddy Titty Freak. You know, like just a name. You know. Okay. Dog who saved Halloween. A little more in depth on the story. So the story follows this guy who's not Kevin James, and this dog, who is not the dog from Watchers, but boy, that talk about a dog in a movie. Watchers, that's a classic movie. Why is that not on 4K? Jeez. Anyway, so
which one? There's two Watchers. The one with Corey Haim or the other one?
Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, so they just moved into this neighborhood, and they live next door to Lance Henriksen, who's this mysterious old man in a mansion. He has a great looking house. I don't know where they shot this, but it looks like that location is amazing. And it's like Lady Shasha said, it's the Burbs. It's the Burbs kind of meets Home Alone 2. When we find out, so this is part 3 of the franchise. Before this, there's been 2 Christmas movies, and I'm assuming Dean Cain and that other like mafia-looking guy were the wet bandits of the franchise. And so they're here for most of the movie. They're just picking up dog shit at the park. Like that's, I mean, I guess Dean Cain really needed the money, man. I was like, oh, awesome! You're making a 3rd movie. What do I get to do? What does my character do? Like, dude, you're picking up dog shit and then just kind of stumbling around a house. Awesome! I'm in. Sign me up. The movie is, it's not good, but it's not obnoxiously atrocious. I think I was more shocked by how many famous faces they put in here. And look, I know a lot of celebrities who have done less than stellar work, or have had to do for example, the Asylum made a Twister movie, and they hired Tiffany to play Tiffany the singer, by the way, the pop star. You may or may not remember her. I'm pretty sure Lady Shasha remembers.
I remember, yep.
They hired her to play a tornadoologist or whatever the hell they're called. It was, goofy. But, everybody has to pay the bills. And if you're an actor, you have to act. And sometimes the roles aren't there, the opportunities aren't there. So you have to do what you have to do. So I get that, and I don't fault anybody, especially Lance Henriksen, who's, I'm sure he could just kind of sit back and live off of his, residuals, but you know, you love to work, you love to work. But then there's the side of me that goes, man, you should probably have a little more self-respect for yourself as an artist. Do you have to do the dog movies? You don't really have to. But you know, maybe there was something more in it for them, or maybe they were really well paid. I don't think they were, because the bulk of this movie looks really bad. It was shot on video. Beyond the locations and the stars, I don't know. None of that money went to the production itself, from what I could tell. Plot-wise, it's a mess. It is a mess. It's very unfocused. The movie's called The Dog Who Saved Halloween, but it should have just been called The Useless Dog Who Scared of Thunder, because that's what he does for the entire movie. And we may or may not give away how he saves Halloween, but that'll be for the second round. I did watch this with my family. My wife was adamant that I watched it with her. So I'm like, all right, great. So we made it a family movie last night, and she fell asleep. My son fell asleep. And it was just me and my daughter rolling her eyes like, oh my God, like every 5 seconds. I've never seen a movie that was trying to be funny fail so hard. I know Blake mentioned all the little funny quips whenever they cut to an animal that were not funny, like the dumbest comments ever. Like none of it was good. They'd cut to a spider. Hey, who you calling Harry? Who the fuck is gonna laugh at that? No one's laughing at that. That even, like, I mean, my youngest is 10, and he wasn't laughing. I mean, he was like falling asleep. I don't know, Lady Shasha, that this would actually be good for children. And I think unless you're really, really sheltered and you've never seen anything good, and they show you this, you may laugh at it. Like, you know, it's like, hey, let's watch the movie about talking dog. You may kind of, you know, like I know when we were growing up, hey, I'm sure some of those, you know, shitty 80s movies probably don't hit the same anymore.
I think it's just
we were younger.
I think it's just me because I like fart gags. I mean, when I was a child, I had a whoopee cushion. So like 8-year-old me would have laughed at the fart gags, would have laughed at when they were being human pooper scoopers at the doggy park and dude wiped it on his forehead, and in the glass of water it looked like urine. Like that was my type of sense of humor as a child. I'm not the norm.
You know, and that's and that's fine. I honestly, I think the fart stuff in this movie was the funniest thing. It's the only thing I laughed at, honestly. What was the damn fart stuff? But I will say it was not as painful as I thought, but I think the movie is still a piece of shit because it was such a pointless, empty movie. And that's where I'm gonna leave it for my opening salvo. Professor Cinema chiming in. You should just be here, dude. If you're in the comments, dude, you should have just joined us, man. Anyway, yeah, when we were kids, it was basically Die Hard, Tombstone, Outlaw, Josie Wales, and Highlander on repeat because he got to choose the movies most often. For those of you who don't know, Professor Cinema is siblings with Bullet Blake. There you go. You should have been watching Milo and Otis. Now that shit was hardcore.
No. I liked any movie with a gun on the cover, to be honest. That was me as a kid. If it had a shiny nickel-plated pistol, that was what I wanted.
But what if it was like a dog holding a gun? That would have been cool, right?
I mean, maybe. I mean, Homeward Bound was a staple for me as a child, so
there you go.
There was a dog named Chance in it, so it was like a big thing.
You gotta take a chance on dog movies more often. See what I did there? Pretty good, right? Lady Shasha, give us your second thoughts and ratings.
Like I said, I expected to really hate this movie and feel like it was going to be excruciating, but it was easier for me to watch than Vampire in Beijing. It was way easier for me to watch this. I actually paid attention to it, took notes on it. I thought it was okay. It just, what was throwing me was that it just felt like a 90-minute sitcom. All the things that were happening in it was very sitcom. Even the neighbor popping up at the window and just walking in the house, like it's very sitcomish. Yeah. And that lady that always held her cat, like that cat, she was very much obsessed with her cat. There was something that was said in the movie that was like, that's a weird way to put that, but I forgot to write it down. But yeah, are we giving our ratings this time?
Sure.
I'm going. I know Jose wanted his perfect 0, but I'm going to give it 1 barrel.
No, I'm pretty sure these weren't gonna get zeros. I mean, I
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
attempting
good.
that, so you can be honest.
I'm going to give it 1 barrel for, I guess, just being a movie. It was a movie. um, and I did like some of the sets that they did. Like, I don't know whether it was shot on location or whether it was sets or combination of both, but I think those were done really, really well.
Okay. You loved it that it was just it was a 1 barrel.
It was
for
competently
it
done. Yeah, it was
movie.
competent. The writing was the worst part about it. Was probably the writing. Because they got some pretty decent actors. Even though the woman that played the grandmother at the end, I couldn't place where I've seen her before. But she seems really familiar. But it could just be that she looks like if you mixed Lynn Shay with Lily Tomlin, you would get that lady.
That's Mindy Kaling, and she was like a famous voice actor. I think she's been on a couple TV shows as well. But she was she had an anime voices as well. So she, you know, she's been around. She's been around. Okay, so let me just mark that for our notes here. A 1 from you. Well, actually, before I do that, let me highlight this comment from Real Rambo. He said, "Just discovered this series after your last VS video. Binge watched all the episodes that seemed interesting. Love it. I'm glad. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that they're rewatchable. That's the whole point. You know, they exist here on YouTube. So, if you haven't seen all the Voyages, go back because there's some incredible moments throughout that I'm surprised YouTube has left up, not taken down. Which, by the way, Blake, our last VS video got pulled down because some of those damn pictures on the stupid site, which is unfortunate.
Seriously?
Yep.
You know, you should just go through on the editor and it'll show you what parts and just cut it. Then it'll go back up.
I just don't know how that. Well, I might do that. Yeah.
I've had to do it before. I had to go. It'll already highlight what's inappropriate, and you just say cut, and it'll cut it right out of the video. It'll be a cut, whatever. But
okay, I'm gonna go back and take a look at that. Bumpy Jonas has a question. This or Cool Cat, Lady Shasha?
This. I'd rather watch this again than have to endure Cool Cat. That was difficult to make it through. I believe I watched it on 1.45 speed, if not 2.0 speed. Cool Cat, yeah.
Oh man. Well, don't worry, guys. We've got Cool Cat Saves Halloween coming up, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Speaking of that, this movie has a bunch of other movies. Because when I was typing it into Tubi, there's also the dog that saved Christmas and the dog that saved a couple other things. I don't know if they're, the same production company, but
yeah. Well, like I mentioned, this is part 3 of the Dog Who Saved franchise. So
okay.
Yeah. The first 2 were Christmas related, and then it's Easter, and then summer. So. And then there's another one which I'm blanking on. Oh, just the holidays, which I don't know how that's different from Christmas, but whatever. Don't worry, you guys will see them eventually.
Oh God.
Oh, Bullet Blake. Final thoughts and rating on Dog Who Saved Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's better than Cool Cat, but it's still a bad movie, and it just started to feel like a Disney Channel sitcom for a second, like real corny. In the scene where they're blocking Lance Henriksen with the fucking remote control car, I about lost it. Like, that old man would just kick that fucking toy and go inside. He won't be like, "Can I go home now?" That part drove me nuts. I was like, I almost checked right out of the movie right there. It was just too blah. That said, it's comparatively speaking with the other picks that you put on this series, I'm still gonna give it 1 barrel.
Okay. Yeah, certainly not as bad as some of the other things, but I think if we had started with this in season 1, this would probably be really low on the list. But after some of the atrocities we've sat through, this is like eye candy.
Season 1, man, God, that was so long ago now. But yeah, this
Look what these
would
films
have been
Sorry,
a little different than it is now. I feel like we're all like scorned now after seasons and seasons.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like veterans dealing with war trauma. We've been through the shit, and the good news is it can only get better from here. Before I give my ratings, I'm gonna go back to Aaron's video and have him give. I'll just have him give his ratings for both movies now.
more budget actors in there, but overall, I thought this was definitely a better film for the Halloween time. I'm kind of curious. I'll be trying to watch along, if possible, on my phone if I can. If I can't, I'll watch it afterwards. So I guess that's my overall first statement. So ratings. So for The Dog Who Saved Halloween, it's not offensively atrocious, so I can't give it 0 barrels, but it's not very good either. So I'll give it 1.5 barrels, I think, based on the fact that there's some Halloween stuff in it near the end, though it's, and the fact that Lance Henriksen's in this, I almost want to take away points because Lance Henriksen had to do this film. Now for The Town Without Halloween, I'll give that a solid 2. Come to think of it, we're going to shove that, take a half barrel off. Lance Henriksen shouldn't have had to do this film. So The Dog, you're getting 1 barrel. That's all I'm giving you. And the dog's cute, so there we go. We'll go for that. But why did Mayim Bialik end up this? Sorry, I'm just all over the place with these because these films are all over the place. But The Town Without Halloween, solid 2. It's not bad. It's something that I wouldn't mind. It's not that I could show kids to. And that's not a bad thing to have something, even if it's a lower budget thing, to be out there. It's not not a first go-to, but overall it was a pleasant surprise in the fact that I wasn't offended by it, and it wasn't too bad. So 2 barrels for The Town Without Halloween. 1 reluctant barrel for The Dog Who Saved Halloween. And that, my friends, is coming from an animal lover and a guy that has a bunch of cats. So there we go. Maybe my cats will be glad that the dog got a lower score. Happy Halloween, guys. Enjoy your spooky season. And I cannot wait for the pain that is coming next. I'm looking so much forward to it. And I really wish I was with you guys there tonight. So this is Aaron, the guy with the loudest shirts on the internet. And I'll see you next time.
He really does have some pretty loud shirts. I think that's kind of become his new trademark there. Let me remove this from the page. Okay. The Dog Who Saves. Hold on. Saved Halloween. Looking at my notes here real quick. Dog Who Saved Halloween. I honestly wanted it to be worse. But I think you're both right. It felt like a sitcom. I think both of these movies actually feel like made for Disney Channel kind of things. For better or worse. At least attempting to kind of capture that feeling. And honestly, I grew up with that kind of movie, so it hit a sweet spot for me. But as a filmmaker, the movie had so many egregiously stupid mistakes, namely in the script, which really, really bugs me when there's stupid stuff in the script, where characters act stupid, for just convenience sake or plot sake. Oh, because this has to happen. This character can't know that this is happening, even though it's obvious that this is happening. And not that I want to spoil the movie, but I don't want to go into details because, trust me, you don't need me to go into details for The Dog Who Saved Halloween. Is either of these movies a perennial favorite? No, I don't think so. Is this a movie you can show somebody who is, let's say, a sheltered Catholic person or Christian person, to be more specific, who thinks Halloween is for the devil? Yeah, they'll probably be scared out of their fucking mind. But I think this is not a bad introduction to the spirit. It's not very Halloween-y. There's a Halloween party. There's discussions about Halloween happening. but I wouldn't say this is like a hocus pocus, which is like, caked in Halloween. It's just sort of uses the holiday as a trope. I suspect the Christmas ones, and we'll find out, the Christmas ones are much more Christmassy than this is Halloweeny. Not a good movie, but not abhorrent trash that you wanna burn and carve your eyes out for watching. But certainly nothing that deserves to be celebrated. So I'm also gonna go with 1 barrel, which gives this movie 4 barrels, all at the top. Not a bad score for this movie. I'm kind of shocked, but it is what it is. Dog Who Saved Halloween currently is the highest rated movie of the season. Of course, it's the first movie of the season, so it's not much to write home about. But it is how it stands at the moment. Okay, next film, The Town Without Halloween. Now, this is how I found this movie. I typed Halloween into Tubi, and I looked through all the Halloween offerings, and I looked for the stupidest poster I could find. This movie was the winner. It is atrociously bad poster. I know what they're going for, but it's just a little too dumb for its own good, and I think that carries on into the movie itself as well. No celebrities, which I was surprised. I think even nowadays you can approach anybody at a convention and have them appear in your movie for a day, and then get a name in there. So the fact that they didn't put a name in there is interesting to me. I don't know what their budget was. I can't imagine it was very big. But I don't think that worked against them. Here is the brief synopsis. In a town immersed in Halloween traditions, a group of teens stumbles up... Okay, it's written stupid, so I'll fix it. A group of teens stumble upon the mayor's scheme to abolish the beloved holiday. With dark powers at stake, they must save their community and Halloween itself in The Town Without Halloween. Directed by Jacob Ennis. This, I believe, is his first film. Shockingly highly rated. I don't know, was that a 92 ratings? Shockingly highly rated. I suspect that's a little skewed in the wrong direction. I will start with Bullet Blake on this one. The Town Without Halloween, to be exact. Blake, what do you think? You loved it?
Actually, I think I'm gonna be in the minority stake here because this was the worst movie out of the two. Yeah, I hated this one twice as much as The Dog Who Saved Halloween. And I attribute it 100% to the lack of acting ability in the movie. It felt like watching a school play. The lines were delivered terribly by everyone. And some of the lines just, like, I can see how they wrote. Like, I feel like the script was fine. It's just the way they were delivered was grating to me. I couldn't stand it. And the kids in the beginning, the stupid fucking, like, I want to say it was like an actual action figure they used for the little fucking thing. This one sucked. Okay, this one was not good at all. It was hard for me to finish this one. I did not watch this one on normal speed all the way through. I did speed it up because it was getting hard to continue because of the way they play. I mean, like, it felt like they were trying to be like an R.L. Stine type movie, and it just fucking sucked. Like, this was ass trash garbage. I hated it. Hated everything about it. Didn't care about any of the characters. Didn't care about where the story was going from the very beginning. The kids didn't draw me in. The kid just seemed like a little fucking, his little tadpole seemed like an asshole. Like, I hated this movie. But I'm good there for now.
Wow. So just to be clear,
garbage.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let me answer Rogue's question real quick. She says, "I'm curious. Do y'all prefer horror or action movies in general?" Well, if I had to pick, I would. Gosh, that's tough. I would pick horror because I would pick horror. Blake?
I would pick action. Like 80s and 90s action movies are my bread and butter. I love that shit. So I would pick action. Oh, if I could only watch one genre ever again, it would be action.
Wow. Okay. Lady Shasha.
I would pick horror only because of the number of horror movies that are still enjoyable. Action, I feel like it's harder for people to do because there's way less really great action movies than there are great. Maybe it could just be my own experience, but and Blake hit it on the nail. If it's 80s action, absolutely, but since then action they don't put as much into it unless it's like a Fast and Furious movie, and the amount they put into it is overshadowed by the stupidity. It's like, you'd all be dead, but okay, I'm gonna pretend that physics don't exist.
So I'm with you on the action stuff. I liked 80s, 90s when the action was real gunfire and explosions.
Yes.
Nowadays, there's too much CG and it ruins, like, the John Wick movies. I can't get into those because I know they're not actually shooting at each other. I know you can't block a bullet by holding up your jacket. I mean, it's just goofy.
Wait, but John Wick's suit is bulletproof. They say it at the beginning.
Yeah, it's bulletproof, but you know what? This is also a flappy fabric. It's not
Yes.
metal.
Yeah, exactly.
The bullet goes right through it and hits him. You know what I mean? He's not bullfighting the bullets. It's goofy as hell. And still, even with a vest, you will get knocked down, and it'll leave a bruise. So and the fact that they're just shooting, I don't know, all of that. It just
That's when
work
he
for
fell
me.
out of the 5th story window on top of a car and just got up and kept fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, modern day action. Yeah, and Fast and the Furious, forget about it. I mean, they're like in space. What the fuck, man?
They're
I'm
superheroes.
kidding. Most modern movies just don't interest me like old ones do. I don't even care. Like, I'll say that all day. The new movies they don't have any like magic most of the time. It just feels like, here's another fucking one. Like, if I look through my letterbox right now, I don't think I've rated a new movie higher than 3 stars in 2 months.
I'd rather watch Invasion USA
Oh,
on
fuck
repeat
yeah.
for 24 hours than watch any Jason Bourne movie.
Oh, well, Jason Bourne sucks. So
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
He's not an action star. Get him out of there. Like, come on.
I like the first Jason Bourne. The other ones weren't great. But Rogue, I would say yes. My favorite genre is horror. I'm gonna guess Lady Shasha agrees.
Yes.
My favorite genre is spaghetti westerns. So action's a close second, though.
Well, westerns are still considered action movies, I would
Yeah.
There's
action
it's
movies.
specifically spaghetti westerns.
Yeah.
Like, it's the Italian ones that are fucking awesome. So
Right.
a lot of American westerns suck.
Professor Cinema, you don't get a say, but I will click on your comment. He says sci-fi. Okay, Town Without Halloween. Sorry, we're off track, but thanks for chiming in, chat. Lady Shasha, opening thoughts on the Town Without Halloween.
Okay, you're gonna learn something about me if you can tell from my background that I love tiny creatures. I have a Krite and a Mogwai back there, but I also love the Ghoulies and the Munchies and even the Hobgoblins. Like, I will watch
Love
a good
Hobgoblin.
puppet movie. I hated the score in this movie. It was monotonous and repetitive, and it was grating. But there was some hilarious scenes, like they were called the Halloween Abolishment Force. There's a scene where they're like burning the Halloween decorations, and like one of the little puppets pops up and they just turn around and tase the shit out of it. I laughed my ass off about that. I also laughed about those poor kids. They could barely ride bicycles. Like, they were real wobbly on those bikes. And I was like, except for that one grown ass man that was playing a child, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Because they call him Sir at the very end of the movie. But all through the movie, I kept staring at him like the one child that didn't speak was clearly a grown ass man, just short. He kind of reminded me of the dude that played, was it Malachi on the Children of the Corn, where you could like kind of tell that that's not a kid, but yeah. I liked the mask over the mask effects. There was like an effect where there was like a foam latex mask that he peels it off, and there's like a rubber mask underneath it. That was kind of fun, and there's a scarecrow creature. I like all the effects, and I like puppets. I just like puppets. This movie, it for me, it was so bad that it turned a corner to being good. Oh, and I'm convinced, as far as the dialogue, I'm convinced none of the actors knew what their lines were until just before the scene was about to be shot. Like the director
Yeah, like
said,
they were
"Okay,
fed
you
them
say
right before,
this."
yeah. That's
Action.
what it felt like.
Yeah.
That's a good call on that. I mean, I would say they're probably just all college kids. I'm assuming that wanted to be in a movie, and the guy.
Mhm.
Maybe they all knew the director. I actually didn't really do much research. I don't know if the director is one of them. I don't know.
Well,
It's
when I
just-
went to the IMDb page, most of the actors don't even have pictures. So I don't know
just
whether
makes
they.
me long for a time
Yeah.
when 30-year-olds played teenagers. Like, this is just better.
Ah, the good old days. I mean, I don't mind. I like when young people play young people. I think it's more realistic, and I think it's more interesting. But
Mhm.
nowadays, and I don't know if this is just like a thing that's happened, or I've just realized it, but I feel that young people look younger than they used to look in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I
Um,
think
you know,
I think it's because of styling. Because I think with
there's-
with younger Gen Z and older alphas, they don't like to wear a lot of makeup. They don't like to style their hair a lot. Whereas like in the 90s and even the 2000s, I think kids got really more dolled up than now. So it's kind of like they're almost kind of like how teens were in the 70s.
Mhm. But then I'll look at somebody like I forget the actor, but I was watching this old movie. The story doesn't work as well, but it's just as a reference. I was this actor, black and white movie, great actor, and like, man, I wonder how old he was in this role, and he was 32. I'm like, what the fuck? He looks like
Oh,
my
wow.
grandpa, and there's, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because they've been through the Great Depression and all this shit,
Mhm.
and all that shit ages you and makes you more mature or whatever. World War II and whatever. But I feel nowadays the young kids look softer, look younger
Mhm.
than they did when I was growing up, or at least in the movies that we would watch. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. It's something I picked up. Anything else you want to add? Opening, Lady Shasha?
I did notice in both of these movies that you've chosen, there's a character that takes slime, puts it in a container, and hands it to another character. I don't know if that's on purpose or just a happy coincidence.
Oh yeah.
Slime.
I did also search that up on Tubi. Slime
Mhm.
passed from one person to another.
Oh yeah, and on the age thing, not specifically about kids, but fun fact, Jose, I believe you are a year older than what Wilford Brimley was in the thing in Cocoon. So look at the difference.
That's what I'm
we're-
saying.
You and I are both older than Red Fox was when he played on Sanford and Son.
Oh my
He was-
god, dude.
He was only like 44. I was like, oh my god.
That's crazy, man. See, so good.
Yeah.
That bodes well for us. That means we'll have
Yes.
a really nice long life.
Mhm.
Anyway, The Town Without Halloween. This is absolutely trying to be a, I think Blake said it, a, R.L. Stein type of movie.
Mhm.
It's another Disney Channel kind of, Monster Squad, Let's Save the Town. I'm a sucker for that shit. I grew up on Monster Squad. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mhm.
So, bunch of kids trying to save the town during Halloween. I'm in, man. But, then I put on my cinephile hat and my filmmaker hat, and I'm like, oof, man. This dialogue needs work. Oof, these actors, like that guy probably should have gotten a second take on that reading. There's so many things that jump out at me. And also, why did they shoot on video? Like, nowadays, it's not inexpensive, but it's not that expensive to shoot on a higher quality camera. If you're out there and you want to make a movie, I highly suggest you shoot on as best a camera as possible. Don't shoot on anything that looks on video, because you're just going to end up on Tubi. Because that is taken into consideration when a studio is considering distribution. Does it look like a movie? This doesn't look like a movie. This very much looks like something made in the 90s on consumer video. Maybe it's a little nicer than consumer video at the time. But it's very much a backyard movie. It's a regional Gremlins. It's a hocus pocus, and yes, kudos to them for doing the ridiculous looking puppets, which I'm glad Lady Shasha appreciated. But this movie makes Hobgoblins look like that movie was designed by Stan Winston. I don't know when they decided to do a Little Monsters movie. But I think it was a decision, and I don't know if it was the right one, but I'm glad they stuck to a decision. Now, what is the movie really about? I don't know. It's very unclear what the mythology is. At least I had trouble following it. But essentially, what I think it is, it seems like demons are using aliens to stop Halloween or something. Why would demons want to stop Halloween? I'm not sure, because it seems like, the people that are scared of Halloween think it's the devil's holiday, so why would they want to stop that? It's very unclear. The mythology, the world building, none of it really makes any sense. It's really just a package to deliver goofy monster action and some pretty fun practical effects. Not egregiously awful, not horrifyingly stinky like some of the other films we've seen. But I also wouldn't say go out and watch it this Halloween night. Put in your copy of The Town Without Halloween, because I don't think you'll love it, but you may find some enjoyment in it, which is kind of I'm straddling the line on this review, because I kind of didn't hate it, and I actually want, again, like the other one, I wanted this one to be worse. It's not perfect. It's obviously a first-time movie. It's and I don't want to knock a first-time filmmaker who's trying their best to make something. But is it an important movie? Is it something that you should go out and find and champion? Unfortunately, no. And no, you shouldn't. Sluts for Cinema is in the chat, and he says, Goosebumps, this most definitely is not. That doesn't make it a bad thing, but it certainly is underwhelming. And those are my opening thoughts. Bullet Blake, will you be buying The Town Without Halloween on 4K?
Hell no. Not even with a nice little slipcover. I mean, the artwork for it sucks. The movie sucked. Everything about this movie sucked to me. I couldn't stand it. And maybe it's because I watched this one second. It seemed worse because of the caliber of actor we had in the other movie, but like, they were actors. They were in the role. Even if they were phoning it in, it would have been better than that. So it just, I mean, the plus to this one as opposed to the other one is that it felt like a Halloween movie, I guess. I guess that's the only advantage this one has over the other one, because the other one didn't. But no, this movie was not good to me. Not good. That's what I just kept thinking about was, man, Goosebumps, R.L. Stine, like, even the R.L. Stine, like, didn't he make movies like with Nickelodeon or something, like The Haunting Hour and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. That's better. He just released a new movie on Tubi, I think. Yeah. Those are watchable. This was not.
So what is your barrel rating on this one?
Half a barrel.
Okay.
Just
right.
I mean, yeah, half a barrel's it's almost zero. It's almost there, just not quite. So half a barrel's fair, I guess. It wasn't good.
half a barrel. I love it. Acres of Movies. We have seen the Quadette Zone. We actually saw it for this show. A few, I think last season or a season back. Did you join us for that, Lady Shasha?
No, that was before I joined.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys did Tales from the Quadette Zone, and I think you did Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both painful experiences. Oh God. All right, Lady Shasha, give us your final thoughts and ratings.
I think they tried to do a play on the name, by naming it The Town Without Halloween, because there is a Disney movie called Halloween Town. So I think they're hoping someone might mistake this movie for that movie by having that name. I decided to give everyone in the cast what I call on my channel the Joe Blow Award for acting. If you guys that are watching don't know who Joe Blow is, there's a character in Dolomite who says, "You should be paying me. I am Joe Blow, the lover man." And he says it even worse than what I tried to say it as bad as how he says it. But I called it the Joe Blow Award for acting. Everyone gets it in this. Bonus point to the guy dressed as Ernest P. Worrell at the carnival at the end.
Yes!
I love that. It made me want to watch Ernest Scared Stupid again. I was like, I should be watching that. But I you guys are gonna hate me. I'm gonna give this 2.5 barrels. The half barrel, I'm paying it forward because this director, Jacob Ennis, he has another film in development, and his film is named The First House on the Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
I would like to point out that Halloween Town is a straight banger, and I still watch it every October because that's a good kids movie.
That's a good one. I'd also further like to point out that the stars of Halloween Town are in a Hallmark Channel Halloween movie called Haul Out the Halloween, Kimberly, I forget her last name, but Marnie from Halloween Town, and the guy from the second movie, whose name I forget, they're married in real life, and they play a couple who move into a town and bring Halloween to the town. It's actually kind of great. Lacey Chabert is in it.
Well, I'm sold. I'll be there.
Lots of good actors in that. So highly recommend that. That was fun. It's called Haul Out the Halloween. Anything else, Lady Shasha?
No, that's it. I like puppets. I'm sorry to make me laugh. Even bad puppets. I thought the puppets were fun. There was one puppet she had on a wig.
She's like, I like puppets.
No, if you were to go through my TikTok, it's like mostly me liking puppet videos. There's a puppet on there. All he does is sing Michael McDonald songs. It's so random,
Wow.
but it's hilarious every time I see him.
Amazing. Slugs for Cinema wants to let us know that
Yes,
they like turtles.
that was a very I like turtles moment.
That's
As soon
awesome.
as I said it, that's what I heard in my head.
If anybody would like to clip that for TikTok, go ahead. I get it, but now we know that if we want to win, we got to make sure that the movie we select does not have puppets in it, or you would just automatically give it at least 2.
By default.
Jesus. Okay. Well, The Town Without Halloween is I think look. At its worst, it's a movie with a bad script and bad actors. But at its best, it's a regional Disney Channel movie, which is kind of a nice thing. And you know, I applaud filmmakers wanting to embrace the spirit of Halloween. It's clear this guy, I think it's a guy who made the movie.
I had his name, Jacob Ennis.
Jacob Ennis. It's clear he likes Halloween. He likes horror movies. There was a lot of little Easter eggs and things in there that I caught. You know, it puts a smile on my face. Is it a great movie? No, it's not a great movie. But I can't absolutely trash it because of that. But I also can't applaud it and give it high marks just because it's not as bad as, you know, a Vampire in Beijing or whatever. You know.
After last season, I'm comparing everything to after last season in Vampire in Beijing. It's like the lowest I think we've gone.
Yeah, I mean, this is this is kind of like the Milo and Otis of Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. Like, it's just kind of an enjoyable, cute movie. But I mean, obviously not for Blake, but he hates children. You know, like, he hasn't even touched his son, by the way. Like, he's like, I want nothing to do with this child. It's not painful, and if you want to see something kind of fun, you know, I would give a mild recommendation. If anything, just put on at a party if you want to watch something crappy for Halloween. You know, something to laugh at. It's laughable, and not boring, because some of these can be boring. At least this one is not. without its entertainment value. That being said, I'm giving it 2 barrels because that's as far as I can go with this one. Not my favorite, but certainly not a excruciating experience. So, as of now, The Town Without Halloween is the highest rated movie with 7 barrels of season 5, which starts today. Now, Aaron isn't here, so I'm going to leave it to the 2 members that are here. We need to spin the wheel to pick the new order for the season. Should we leave Aaron off because he's not here? I'll let you guys decide.
Do you know what movies he's picking?
I don't.
Nah, leave him on. Spin it with. We can announce the movies later if we have to. It's more fun if you have more than 2 people on there. Otherwise, it's just instant. There's no anticipation. It's boring.
Right, right. All right. Well, then let us pick the order for season 5. I will be first, and second will be. I haven't done this in a while.
For real.
It'll be last person standing. All right. And one more time. So the person who gets selected will be out. It's gonna end up on. I knew it. I knew it. You know what? Do you guys have your movie selected?
Yeah.
Then let's do it again without. Let's do it again without Aaron.
All right. We had the fun. Now we can have the real run.
Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do is, do you agree as first person picked goes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whoever gets picked goes. Yeah.
Okay. And
By a hair.
All right, Lady Shasha. What are we? Actually, let me get IMDb ready here. IMDb. What are we watching next month?
We are doing a Chris Stokes double feature. That's the director. The first one is The Stepmother from 2022.
Chris Stokes. I like how you always pick a filmmaker to focus on. 2022. All right, let me get this up here. All right. Why did you choose The Stepmother?
Because it's basically a remake of The Stepfather.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
yeah, and that's Marquise Houston, and he's in most of Chris Stokes' movies. And Erica Mena stars in it. She's from Love and Hip Hop, New York.
Okay. What is next? Stepmother.
The other one is called Run, and it's from 2025. That's his newest movie.
All right. 1 second.
That he actually got into movie theaters for a couple weeks before it hit Tubi. I don't know how he did it.
Is this the Alien one?
Yes.
Oh, I've actually been dying to see this. Because I remember seeing I saw the poster for that in theaters. I'm like, ooh, an Alien movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Run from 2025. Oh, I'm excited to see that. I'm assuming it's not good. I can't imagine. Oh, okay. All right, a Chris Stokes double feature Run.
Mm-hmm.
Recent from this year, and The Stepmother. Okay.
And for the people watching, you guys might know Chris Stokes from he made the Step Up movie, the first Step Up movie. That was him. And it's been downhill since.
Yeah, because I actually like Step Up.
Yeah.
Of course you do. Blake is like such an eccentric guy. Like, oh, Step Up, hell yeah. Love that movie, bro. I watch action. Step Up, yeah.
I think Step Up 2 is better, but yeah, I like the Step Up for the first two. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them now or something.
Yeah. And there's like Step Up to the Streets, and then it's all
Yeah.
these spin-offs. I only saw the first one. I haven't seen the other ones, but
Okay. Well, Chris Stokes. That should be fun. I hope. Or maybe not.
Probably not.
Probably not. No. Okay. One more question from the chat here. Acres of Movies says, "Would you rather go on a dark ride for Motel Hell or 976 Evil?" For me, Motel Hell.
Easily
Blake?
Motel Hell. Yep.
I would have to be the third to say Motel Hell.
Yeah.
I've been saying that they need to remake 976 Evil. They keep trying to remake all these amazing movies. Like they want to remake Halloween and The Exorcist and The Thing. No, remake 976 Evil. You can improve upon that.
Yeah.
I think it's just because the name isn't as famous,
Mhm.
you know, and they want to, bank off of that. But yeah, like the Prowler, bring the Prowler back? I mean, I like that movie, but I feel you could
Yeah,
revamp it.
that's why the remakes in the 80s were so good, is because they picked movies that weren't that great to begin with. Like the original Fly, fun movie, but you can improve upon it. The Thing from Another World, fun movie, but you can improve upon it. They
Yeah.
keep picking these movies that it's like, it's hard for you to improve upon this. Why are you trying to remake it?
I still don't get the concept of a Friday the 13th TV series. How is that going to be interesting?
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
stupidest concept in the world.
I don't really care about Pamela Voorhees all that tough. Like,
It
we
completely
don't need her
ruins the whole
backstory.
thing. They're gonna make her like some serial killer or something in it. Like, well, what's the story gonna be about? A woman who sends her kid to camp? Come on.
The write-up is that it's a single mother dealing with a special needs child. I'm just like, what? That's not what we come to see Friday the 13th for.
Like, if we're being honest, Friday the 13th Part 1 is one of the worst ones in the franchise that doesn't have Jason. Like, it's
Mhm.
boring.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. It's absolutely an outlier, and the fact that you're gonna make a whole series about the outlier movie, is really, really odd.
Mhm.
There's talk of a Halloween TV. What would you?
No, we don't want that.
No,
And they want to do a
man.
Conjuring TV series too. Like, everything doesn't have to be a TV series.
No.
But I will say one
it'll
that
fail.
surprised me that I thought was gonna suck ass, but it was actually decent. The Exorcist TV series. They actually found a way to make that kind of interesting. Because I thought that was gonna be horrible.
Yeah, that was actually really good. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was only 2 seasons, right?
Mhm.
Was it 2 or 3? Yeah, those were really, really well done. But because they told their own story for the most part.
Mhm.
I don't want to spoil the first season, but they told their own story. All right, gang, that's it for the inaugural episode of season 5. We are down a member. We are right now at 4.
Mhm.
I would like to rebuild the crew, so we
Yes.
may be reaching out to other people and trying to build it back up to full strength. So who knows where we will end season 5. But right now, you're going to get at least 8 episodes in season 5 because we each go twice.
Mhm.
And I will go after whoever the last person picked is. Up next is Lady Shasha with the Chris Stokes double feature. That'll be over on her channel. We will pick that date off air, but we'll let you guys know as soon as that is announced and all that good stuff, so you can catch us over there. Links for their channel down below. Lady Shasha, anything you want to promote before we call it a night?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be back on here. I'll be doing another cosplay tutorial. This one will be really easy and quick. We will be turning ourselves into Mr. Crockett tomorrow evening. And then, like I do every Wednesday, I have horror news where I will be bringing you news about upcoming horror movies and just any type of horror related content. Thursday, we'll be back with what we watched last weekend. Not sure what movies we're doing this week. Last week, we just did Good Boy, The Black Phone 2, and Bone Lake. So you can check out the replay of that. And then Friday, I will be doing a watch along. What is the movie for this week? What did I decide it was going to be? Driller Killer. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one. How do you do your watch-alongs? I haven't tuned in, but do you don't show them on the screen, right? It's just like people watch on Amazon or whatever?
It depends. I have done a couple on the screen that were, what do you call it? Public domain. But lately, YouTube hasn't even let me play the public domain one. So what I do is I'll do a pre-show on YouTube, and then I go over to an app called Watch Together, and then I play it on Watch Together.
Watch Together. Okay.
It's like watch, and then the number 2, and then gather.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Excellent. And also, Lady Shasha interviewed me and 2 of my cast members for my film Evil Nun. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, my pleasure.
And that's on her channel. You can check that out.
Check out the replay for that. It was a great time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Bullet Blake, anything you want to promote or vent about your life as a child hater?
No, actually, like I've just been too busy to actually do much of anything for the channel. So unboxing, my Vinegar Syndrome order hasn't come yet, which is strange, but should show up anytime, I would assume, and that video will go up probably the day I get it, but that's the only thing down the pipeline.
Excellent. I will be busy with the haunted house I'll be making. However, I will be here October 31st. Well, technically here, it'll be pre-recorded, but it won't be live. I will be here with a Halloween special. I have
nice.
You know, in the era of reboots and superhero films and horror sequels and requels and all this stuff, I have found the perfect Halloween superhero movie. It's perfect, and by perfect I mean it's absolutely, unbelievably, insanely ridiculous. I almost used another word, but I'm not gonna go there. It's so bad. You won't believe your eyes, and I will break it down for you for this Halloween special. Let's just say Ghostface versus Captain America. Oh, what? Oh, man, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. I don't know about you guys. What? Set in Russia? Uh-oh, sounds amazing to me. So hold on to your butts for the Halloween special coming at you on Halloween Day, and something for you to watch either in the morning while you have your Count Chocula or at night with your bag of candy. And with that, well, I bid you a fond adieu. Aaron says goodbye as well from the Moroccan farm he's at, or wherever he disappeared to. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves. We love you very, very much. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be with these folks right here and you at home. And until we meet again, remember, you may not be the dog who saved Halloween, but don't be the dog who gets diabetes.
Yeah. Y'all ready for this?